Forget every other story from the start of this World Cup. Forget Mbappe scoring twice against Senegal. Forget Haaland running wild against Iraq. Tonight, there is only one name on everyone's lips, and you already know whose it is. But here is the part nobody wants to say out loud yet. The best performance of this whole tournament so far might also be the night one player should have been sent off. Keep that in mind, because we are coming back to it. Argentina just beat Algeria 3-0 in Kansas City. It was their first game as they try to defend their title, and Lionel Messi, at 38 years old in his 6th World Cup, scored all 3 goals. The first World Cup hat trick of his whole career. He has been doing this for 20 years, and somehow the best part of the story keeps getting better. So here's the question I cannot stop thinking about, and I want you to hold it in your head the whole way through this video. Was this the best single night of Messi's World Cup career? Or did we all get so happy and so amazed that we ignored something we would be very angry about if any other player had done it? Stay with me. By the end, I will give you a clear answer, and you might not like it. Let's start with what you saw, because your eyes were not lying to you. From the first whistle, this was a man with a job to do. And the surprising thing, the thing I did not expect, was not at the other team's goal. It was Messi defending, deep in his own half, winning the ball back, throwing himself into one-on-one battles that he has been allowed to skip for 20 years. That is not normal for him. That is not what we expect. But there he was, running back, reading the danger, and stopping it. When the best attacker in history decides he is going to defend too, the whole team notices. The whole stadium notices. I noticed. And then came the part you really came to see. His skill in attack has not gone away. He thought he scored in the first 8 minutes. He put the ball in the net and turned to celebrate, and then the flag went up for offside. For a few minutes, you could feel the Argentina fans holding their breath, wondering if this was going to be a frustrating night. It was not. In the 17th minute, he picked up the ball, ran at them, and hit a powerful shot from far out. A rocket. The Algeria goalkeeper, and we will come back to him, had no chance. In the 60th minute, a simple tap-in, the easiest of his 3 goals. And then, in the 76th minute, came the best one. A curling shot that bent into the bottom corner like the ball was on a string. 3 goals. 3 completely different goals. Power, then a simple finish, then pure beauty. All in one night. And here is the human moment that gets lost in the highlights. After that first goal was given, he cried. Real tears. This is a man who has won everything football can give, who lifted the trophy in Qatar, and there he was, crying on the field. He said later that it had nothing to do with football. He said he had been going through some hard days off the pitch. He did not explain more. He did not need to. And whatever it was, it tells you the fire inside him is still real. People love to say old players are just going through the motions at the end. This was the opposite of that. Let me say something fair about the goalkeeper too, because fairness goes both ways. Algeria's keeper was Luka Zidane. Yes, that name. He is the son of Zinedine Zidane, who won the World Cup himself, and Luka did not have a good night. On the first 2 goals, you can question where he stood and the choices he made. But here's the point. Messi was still the difference, no matter what the keeper did. A long shot flying into the net does not become less special because the keeper had a bad evening. So I am not going to let that little detail take away from what you watched. Here is the thing that interests me most, and it is not really about Messi at all. It is about everyone around him. Watch how Argentina play when he is on the field. The moment any of them win the ball, they all do the same thing. They look for him. Where is he? Where is he? Give it to him. They run forward before he has even looked up because they know, they are completely sure that he will find them. That is not laziness. That is trust. They give him the ball, he solves the problem, and they run into the space he is about to make. And on the nights he cannot find them, no panic. He just does it himself. Hat trick. The whole team is built to serve one man's brain, and tonight it worked perfectly. We will come back to why that is also the scariest thing about this team. But first, let me hit you with some numbers, because this is where a great night becomes a historic one. Those 3 goals took Messi to 16 goals at World Cups. 16. That ties him with Miroslav Klose for the most goals anyone has ever scored at a World Cup. Ever. Stop and think about that. He is now level with the all-time record. and it goes further. He also reached his 24th goal contribution at a World Cup. That means goals and assists added together, and that puts him past Pelé, who had 21. So on that count, he now stands alone at the top. This was his 200th game for Argentina. He is the first player ever to play in 6 different World Cups, and at 38, he is the oldest player ever to score a hat-trick at the tournament. Read those again, slowly. Each one of them could be the highlight of a whole career. He collected all of them in one 90-minute game in Kansas City. So that is everything beautiful about tonight. Now get ready, because this next part is uncomfortable. There was one challenge in this match. If you only watched the highlights, you probably missed it, because the highlights are all golden left foot and tears and a standing crowd. But late in the game, he was already winning easily. Messi went into a tackle and dragged his studs down the back of an Algerian player's leg, down the calf, from the knee toward the ankle. And I want to be fair, so let me argue against myself first. The people defending the no call will say he was not looking, that there was no bad intention, that he was just pressing, and isn't it nice to see a 38-year-old still pressing? They will say the player got up fine. They will say it looked worse as a frozen picture than it did in real speed. They will say you should not ruin a night like this over one tackle. I hear all of that, I really do. But here is the problem with all of it. Watch it at full speed, not frozen, and it already looks bad before you even see a replay. Then you watch the replay, and it looks worse. That is a dangerous tackle. Dragging your studs down the back of someone's leg is a clear red card, and it should not matter who is doing it. And the part that should really bother you is not the referee in the moment. Referees miss things in real time. That is human. It is that the video referee looked at it, had every angle and all the time in the world, and decided there was nothing to see. Nothing worth a second look. And you cannot tell me, honestly, that if a normal Algerian defender had done that exact thing to Messi, we would not already be talking about it for 3 days straight. So let me say it clearly. That should have been a red card. As much as I love watching this man play, that was a careless and dangerous tackle. And the biggest stars in this sport get a level of protection from referees that no one else will ever get. Tonight proved it. Which brings us, like always, to the big question. Is he the greatest of all time? And I will be honest with you. I am going to avoid a straight answer for a second, because anyone who gives you a quick, simple answer is fooling you. Here is where I really stand. Messi is my favorite player who has ever lived. The way he sees the game, the weight he puts on a pass, the way he waits until the exact right moment, it just looks different when he does it. Other players make the same pass and it is fine. He makes it and it changes the whole game. But favorite and greatest are not the same word, and I will not pretend they are. You want to argue for Maradona? Go ahead. For the Brazilian Ronaldo, the original one? Honestly, go ahead. I will listen. For Pelé, make your case. What I will tell you is this. There is no real argument against Messi anymore. You can build a case for someone else. You cannot build a case against him. And the timing of all this is almost cruel. Tomorrow, Cristiano Ronaldo plays in his own 6th World Cup against DR Congo. And the talk around him is the complete opposite. Nobody is asking if Messi should be in this Argentina team. With Ronaldo, that is the whole conversation. 2 careers that shaped 20 years of football, ending in very different ways. So, back to the question I made you carry the whole way through this video. Best night of his World Cup career, or did we ignore something? Here is my clear answer, and it is not the clean one you wanted. It is both. At the same time, it is the best single night of his tournament career. The records, the 3 goals, the defending, the tears, all of it. And it is also a night where he should have been sent off and was not. Both of those things are true at once. And the fact that we are all so amazed by the first one that we will happily forget the second one is, when you really think about it, the most Messi thing that could ever happen. He is so good that he bends the rules of the conversation around him. That is not an insult. That is the biggest compliment I can give a footballer. And yet, now that the celebration is over, let me leave you with the thing that should really worry Argentina fans tonight. And it has nothing to do with Messi being brilliant. It is about what happens when he is not on the field. Scaloni built this team on experience. A lot of old legs, a lot of miles. A lot of players you could say have already passed their best. Tonight, that experience looked like wisdom. But in the later rounds, against fresher teams, in the heat of an American summer, it might start to look like tiredness. The whole team still runs everything through one man. Every time they win the ball, the first thought is find him, find him, find him. That is beautiful when it works. It is frightening when he is marked out of a game, or worse, gets injured. And that is the thing I keep coming back to. If they want to go far in this tournament, magic from Messi will not be enough by itself. They will need someone else to step up. A midfielder who runs the game, a second scorer, someone who can win a knockout match on a night when the great man is being kicked all over the field. The good news for Scaloni is that he has those players on paper. The question tonight did not fully answer is whether they will deliver when the pressure is 4 times higher. Who really plays up front next to Messi when it matters? Is it Lautaro Martinez? Is it Julian Alvarez? They cannot both lead the line. And picking the wrong one in a quarterfinal is how big teams go home early. There are questions at the back too. Who controls the fullback areas? How will the goalkeeper cope when a real attack finally shows up? What does this team look like the first time they go a goal behind? These are good problems to have when you just won 3-0. They become very bad problems very fast if they are still unanswered in the second week. They play Austria on Monday, and that is an easy test. The real exam comes later. And nobody, not even him, knows yet how this team holds up when the magic alone is not enough. So I'm going to pass it to you, because I honestly go back and forth on this one. On a night this perfect, are you allowed to have doubts about how far this team can go? Or is questioning anything after a Messi hat trick just noise? And the other one, the uncomfortable one. Red card or no red card? Were the referees right, or did the biggest name in the sport just get away with something nobody else would? Tell me where you stand on both. I read every single comment.